Fox 3 missiles in War Thunder. So how does it exactly know where to go? How does it process the data, the radars, give it to it? I don't know, but we're gonna talk about it in this video. So here's how it goes. So when the aircraft launches the Fox 3, it goes like, hey little buddy, here's what you need to know. I'm gonna give you the target's position, so the missile knows the exact location of the target when it got launched. I'm gonna give you the target velocity and heading, so the missile doesn't fly to where the target was, but where it's going. I'm also gonna give you the RCS estimate, so you can know how big of a radar cross-section the target is, so you know what size of a radar cross-section you have to find and kill. Also, there's also the time you seeker activation, like depending on how far the target was, I'm gonna give you like a timer on when to turn on your radar, and also data uplink instructions. So basically via data link, you know, while it's cruising, the missile's still cruising, still getting there. But while the missile is cruising, it's just mostly relying on its inertial navigation systems, using gyros, accelerometers to follow the mid-course guidance by the main radar. So basically the missile goes like, I don't know where the bad guy is, but my boss said he's somewhere over there and I trust him. So in the early AIM-120 models, it uses an X-band monopulse radar when it starts to use its own seeker head. So at this point it scans a designated search volume, like usually a cone in front of the missile. It's not like scanning the whole sky, it's just like a kill zone, like a cone of, it labels as a kill zone and tries to find its target in there. Match unexpected closure rate. So the seeker checks the Doppler shift of the radar return to match the expected velocity of the target, you know, just to make sure that it's really the target that it's going for. Filter, clutter, and false return. So if it sees like a pigeon or any bird or chaff, it should hopefully ignore them. Maintain a stable track file. You know, like when sometimes in War Thunder, when you're like hard locking a target that you want to kill and your radar starts to lose the said tracking of the target, it says on the radar like track mem, it's track memory. So it's like trying to remember like the file of what was the last location of the enemy before the radar started to not really lock reliably on it anymore. So like basically on the seeker head, once it finds the target, it builds like a track file with predicted movement. So basically just like the radars of the jet itself. Guide in within proportional navigation, constantly adjusting its flight path to intercept the target and an angle, not chasing it directly. Not like in GTA 5 where all the missiles there just like try to follow you. You know, it's more efficient for actual missiles to try and predict where the target's gonna go to like save on fuel, faster closure rate. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So when like the target tries to like chaff off the missile, the seeker has to think like, is that a new plane or is that just countermeasures or like something random? Like some seekers get confused, but others stay on target thanks to velocity gates and filtering algorithms. Like the AI on the seeker head is trying its best to know if that's really the target it's going for or not. But you know, it's the early Fox 3 missiles. It's not like they weren't as advanced as today's standards. Finally, when the missile gets close enough, it has like sensors that proximity sensors that detect if there's like a plane in a certain direction, and once it detects that, it explodes onto the plane. Basically just it goes close enough so it can like ruin the pilot's entire week or life, you know, even when they don't get hit by like the shrapnel or like the high explosive. Like if they get ejected and they get a spinal injury, that's still gonna ruin them for the rest of their life. I don't know, sometimes if you're lucky, I guess it will be fine in like a couple of months, but shit, it's still an explosion. So yeah, that's the seeker head logic on at least the early Fox 3 missiles. So in more advanced, more modern ones, there's a lot more going on because because it's more advanced. There's a lot of technology evolved. There's more filtering to make sure that's a proper target. But yeah, that's like the simple rundown that I have for it. See ya.